All right, guys, I'm just sitting in my room, and as you can see, I got the little kitty table down here. Don't really have a workbench at this time, but I just wanted to get with y'all to tell y'all about my build a little bit. It is chambered in 7.62 by 39, which is the AK-47 round, and I got it built on a spikes lower. Uh, have the Magpul K2 grip, Magpul MOE Stock, um, and Radian Raptor charging handle. Getting a bad lever for it, just like I have for my 5.56 build. Strike Industries rail, Odin Works adjustable gas block, and Strike Industries King comp, along with the Strike Industries Oppressor. Now, the rail that I have is a 15.5 inch rail, and my barrel is 14.5. Now, I wanted something that sits flush with the with the with the end of the rail, and with Strike Industries, if it was a half-inch shorter instead of 15.5, it's 15.5 instead of the regular 15, I would have been okay. But as you can see here, let me hold this because how I got it standing is not correct, and it just might fall. So with the Oppressor, you unscrew it, and then in order to take it off, you just lock it, and then you push it, pull it. Hold on, let me get, it's kind of difficult trying to hold the gun. All right, I'm gonna just do this off camera. Hold on. All right. As you can see, my muzzle brake is actually I mean, a half inch would have done me justice, but the way that strikes make their rails in the 15.5, it cut me just shy of that mark. So what they make is what they call the Oppressor. Now the Oppressor, which you all probably seen on many reviews on, it has a locking tab that enables it to lock it to any Strike Industries muzzle brake. And what the device does, it gives you the same, whatever the muzzle brake you have, whether it's a flash hider or a compensator or a brake or whatever, it gives you the ability to keep the effects of whatever muzzle device you have, along with directing the gases forward. So by me having my rail cut a little short, which I probably knew that I going into this build, I kind of knew that it was, and I wanted the Oppressor anyway. It gives you the ability to move it forward. Not move it forward. It gives you the ability to direct all the gases forward. Therefore, you're able to I'm able to keep my same King cock muzzle device, which is a compensator slash brake. Well, compensator slash flash hider. I'm sorry. And I get to keep all of that along with directing all of my gases forward and my barrel sitting flush. Well, it being recessed into my rail. That was the look I was going for, and it worked perfectly. And this is a strike rail. On camera it may look, it's not a slim rail at all. On camera it may look a little, funky-ish, but it is a thicker rail compared. Let's see, I have my 5.56, so we'll look at it. All right. that's my 5.56 rail. And see if we could do it like that. Now, as you can see, it's a little, not a little. It's the 5.56 is a lot slimmer, and this rail is a little thicker. But as you can see, I got bigger hands, so it really doesn't bother me too much. But as far as the rest of the build, that's my upper. I do have a Bear Creek Arsenal upper, and it does have the M4 feed ramps, which you will need for this build. I mean, that's if you're gonna build AR, just go ahead and get M4 feed ramps and call it a day. So I have the but the main reason why I have the Bear Creek Arsenal upper, outside of Aero, who I love, is because the barrel was made through Bear Creek. So I wanted everything to fit. I know everything's quote unquote Mil-Spec, but I wanted everything to fit the way that it was supposed to. So Bear Creek, I know a lot of people bash them, but they do make. People don't realize that everything in the AR community, what's today, the 11th or the 12th of December, and in 2018, as of right now, gun parts are like dirt cheap. But just because they're dirt cheap doesn't mean that they're not quality parts. I feel like Bear Creek makes a really, really quality parts for the price that you get. No, it's not no BCM. No, it's not Faxton. No, it's not these big name brands. But if you're going into something, and especially with me shooting steel a lot, I'm not about to invest $1 million goddamn dollars into a barrel. And on top of that, my barrel is pinned and welded. So when I go to do anything with my barrel, I have to cut my muzzle brake and I have to cut my barrel to get my adjustable gas block off, and then to get my barrel nut off. And at that point, I will have to trash the barrel and the compensator. Now, in theory, but if I was to go a different route, maybe get it welded, or not welded, but silver soldered or something like that on the next go run, or maybe I could get the pin and weld out and maybe save my muzzle brake. I don't know, but I budgeted for losing my barrel and compensator when I got done with this. Now my gas block, I'll be able to get back off and reuse. My gas tube, things like that, I'll be able to get off and reuse. But I budgeted for, okay, I want something that's gonna work, and something, that I'm gonna have to change after a while, because I know that it does wear into your barrel. So I budgeted for that. Between muzzle brake and barrel, I think I have about $120. So if I got to trash it and just put another barrel and nut on there, muzzle brake and another barrel, by all means. But $250 a pop just so I could shoot cheap rounds, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. This is a Bear Creek Arsenal heavy barrel in 14.5, parkerized. And honestly, guys, man, it does it for me. I mean, it shoots accurate. I hadn't shot it more than 50 yards. I don't know what the MOA is on it. But at 50 yards, it shoots just fine. I only shot it once so far. I've only shot it once so far. And I mean, guys, it shoots great. I can honestly say it shoots perfectly fine. And the first 4 attempts to try to shoot it, something was hanging up. And then after that 5th round, I ran 100 rounds through it. Never had a hiccup. Also, I have now my parts kit is Aero Precision, even though it's a spike slower. But the main reason why I went with Aero Precision is because my 5.56 build has the same setup. And guys, one thing that I love right here, as you can see, camera will do its thing. All right, as you can see here, this trigger is a flat face trigger, and the trigger is made by Bull Moose Tactical, and Bull Moose makes this flat trigger for people who want to keep Mil-Spec, which on this build, I do not recommend anybody going with light springs, some crazy, ridiculous lightweight for pulling trigger. I love a deliberate pull. I love to be able to have a deliberate pull. Yes, that whole heavy thing, and I understand about people wanting to be precise, and it's just learning trigger discipline. You know when your trigger is going to break. The lighter it is, maybe it's more comfortable for you, but I love a heavy pull on a rifle. That way I know it's deliberate. I've been with guys who shot ARs with this crazy light trigger, and a lot of times they fire when they're not ready. But like I said, it comes to trigger discipline, and you'll have to keep your hand off the trigger, with these extremely light triggers, because it will go off. And I love the fact that I could put my finger on the trigger and put pressure on it and it not go off by accident. I would have to physically pull it in order to get it to work. And what I love is the flat face triggers. It makes the feel go. It makes the feel about a pound lighter than what it actually is. So your Mil-Spec trigger was what, 5.5, 6 maybe. Some maybe a little tougher. My Aero Precision is rated, I think, at 5.5. So with the flat face trigger and everything, and I hadn't polished it or anything crazy like that, but with my flat face trigger, it feels like 4.5, and it feels great to me. $35 investment, $40 investment. I can't remember how much, and it works great. Works beautiful. Of course, I got the K2 grip. I love the K2 grip. Aero Precision, buffer tube. I have the Radian Raptor, and I have the Strike Industries flat wire buffer spring. Do it. That's all I can say is do it. Gosley makes a great buffer spring. The braided, the Super 42. But when I tell you that a flat wire spring will change your life, it will. So do it. But as of right now, maybe we could get some shooting videos a little bit later on. But as of right now, I don't have any. But guys, if you're looking into a 7.62 by 39, just build it with quality parts. And I do have a AIM enhanced bolt carrier group, and it's like the best on the market right now, and at an affordable price, of course. And yeah, man, I mean, just go for it. I mean, now this build, it wasn't cheap. I mean, you see Radical Firearms and a couple of other guys selling them for about $400 for a whole AR, and that's great. But I have over, I don't know, about $1,200 invested into this gun. And, well, it feels like, well, yeah, right at about $1,200 invested into this gun. And, guys, if you want a good gun, it's not going to be cheap. That's with anything. That's with a 5.56. It's not going to be cheap. So, build. I've been building on this for about 6 months. So, it's just on this last little leg right here where I just got a few things together. I sold my 45. And I was able to complete this project, and I ordered another shotgun. And guys, yeah, I say go for it. Just go for it.